idea of education is entirely English, unfortunately. Everybody is going to the university, for what? We have to live in this universe, not in a university, okay? If you Right now, I do not know if these laws are across the nation, but at least in Tamil Nadu, because there were children dropping out of the school, the government passed a law a few years ago saying that you cannot fail a child till he reaches 9th standard. So from 1st standard to 9th standard is free pass. Because if you fail him at 3rd standard, then he will go back home, he won't come back and sit in the same class again. So let him somehow continue with good intention. But today you have millions of youth who are 14, 15 years of age, who wear pants, who have the attitude of the educated but don't know education. They can't add 2 plus 2. Now they can't go back to the farm and work with their father. They can't learn carpentry if their father is a carpenter or a blacksmith or whatever, your CNC machine. We are creating this youth. Youth without purpose is a dangerous possibility, always. So our idea of education has to change. I do not believe in this compulsory education thing at all. Why is it that everybody has to go to school? We have to make a law. By the time you're 18, everybody must be tested, you must have some skill. You must be able to do something with your hands or your brains. If you have no skill, you must go for 2 years of some kind of compulsory training, it could be some other industrial training, whatever. If you don't skill the nation, you will kill the nation.
There are three things in life that makes the person successful. One is the knowledge the person has, the skills he develops, and the attitude he has. It can be demonstrated by a very simple experiment of balancing the two heavy stainless steel forks on the edge of the glass. One fork represents the knowledge the person has, the another represents the skill a person needs to possess. And then knowledge and skills are individual to the person. They live with him and die with him. They cannot be passed on. But they can be connected to the society or the organization through another agency called as the toothpick. If you can see, the forks are hanging free on the edge of the glass with a toothpick. If you see, 3/4 of the toothpick is outside the glass, a small portion is inside the glass. Now what should happen if I burn the toothpick from inside? Watch carefully. I start burning this toothpick. What normally people expect is, as the toothpick burns, the wood burns and the whole fork should fall down. It would not happen. Try to take another matchstick. I'll try to burn it. The inside of the toothpick. Not two. Even if you take 20 matchsticks, it will not burn beyond that. If you observe carefully, the toothpick is balancing on the edge of the glass, which is not even 1 millimeter thick. Two heavy forks are balancing on that. This is most important to us. Your knowledge and skills are important, but what is most important is the attitude which connects you to society and your organization. Among the three things that I have, glass, fork and toothpick, toothpick is fragile, it can be burnt. That means in your life your attitude is more tested than your knowledge and skills. If your attitude is firm, in spite of being burned several times, it will not drop your knowledge and skills. Please watch carefully. I slowly lift the glass up now. You can see. Still knowledge and skills are held together by the attitude. Now I push the attitude out. When I push the attitude out, the knowledge and skills also fall down. Therefore, the most important aspect in life for success is not the knowledge, not just the skills. It is the attitude a person carries. Ultimately, that holds him in difficult times and make him successful in good times.
Because you see, you have standardization, obsessed with standardization, but हमारा क्या स्वादानुसार है. तो एक स्वाद है द्वापर युग का, एक स्वाद है त्रेता युग का. So one is for the Treta Yuga, which is an earlier, more innocent age, and a later phase in the organization, which is darker, which is slightly more corrupt.
Okay.
Now, if I have to do the principle of dharma again, just to revise, you have got 0 plus, minus, 0, animal instinct,
Right.
this is exploitation, this is empathy.
Right.
Dharma is here, adharma is here.
Right.
Now let's do a simple 2x2 matrix to understand the Ramayana Mahabharata. So you have rules on one side.
Right.
Rules are followed, rules are not followed.
Okay.
Then we have the principle on the other side, dharma. Dharma is upheld, dharma is not upheld.
Right.
Now look at the Ramayana. In Ramayana, dharma is upheld and rules are upheld at the same time. So you have Ram. So rules and dharma are aligned. Everything is about the other. Everything is about the other. Everything is about the other.
Even at the cost of oneself.
Even at the cost of oneself. Cruelty-
Almost always at the cost of oneself in the case of Ram.
Almost always.
Yes.
So it's misery in the forest, misery in the palace.
Got it.
His opposite is the great alpha male, which somehow people seem to like today, tells you about the times, is Ravan.
No dharma, no rules.
No rules, no dharma. Your wife is my wife.
Right.
And I'm an animal. Even my son dies, I will not let go of my little toy. My brothers die, I will not let go of my little toy. That's Ravan. Now look at this same thing. Rules are broken, bending, and Krishna always bending the rules, breaking the rules. But the principle is intact. It's always for the other.
Okay.
Now let's look at the most favorite character, Duryodhana. He never breaks the rule.
But he's constantly violating the principles.
He is constantly violating the principle. He is holding the letter of the law, never the spirit of the law.
Okay.
This is the spirit. This is the letter. This is the belief. This is the behavior. He's a pretender.
Where does Yudhishthir fit in all of this?
Yudhishthira is someone struggling to be Ram. He moves from here to here. This is the journey of Yudhishthira with the help of Krishna. You see, his honesty is about rules. He's not realizing it's not about rules, it's about principles.
Right.
Mahabharata is the story of focus on the principle. You say, so when a woman is being disrobed, everybody is discussing legal matters. Is it okay or not okay to disrobe her? I mean, grow up. This is Bhishma and Drona watching a woman being disrobed, and they are supposed to be very educated people, and they are not doing anything.
This brings me to a very interesting issue. You said that the Ramayana comes from an older age, an age of more innocence. The Mahabharata comes from a darker age.
Yes. It's a more matured organization. This is a very early phase organization. Just tasted success. Everything is right. Market is right.
And
people
the
are right.
principles have just been created.
So it's exciting and new. People are not smart enough to subvert it yet.
Right. Here, in this
Matured
stage, you've
organization.
gone from principle to now a slightly more rule-focused organization.
The principles have been forgotten, rules have become more important, so it's bureaucratic, highly bureaucratic. Letter of the law, spirit of the law is not there. Like any bureaucracy, all the rules are upheld, but people still don't have food. So the principle is forgotten. The woman is disrobed, but nobody's arrested.